Hello, Hutteres.
Hello, Bootleg Show.
Anyways, yeah, Secret of the Mimic is finally out. What are we thinking?
Well, I'm thinking it's pretty good. Took me about 8 hours to get to one of the endings, and I haven't gotten the other ones yet, but they look pretty good from what I've seen.
I've played the game and I've got 2 of the endings so far. I'm actually almost I'm actually trying to get the 3rd ending, and so far,
yeah,
honestly, it's amazing. It's fantastic. I think it's gone almost everything right. Like it's just an overall complete package, you know.
Yes, I agree. It literally had all the stuff, and it's the best free roam FNAF game so far.
Yeah, and it's actually well executed this time. You can explore the entire MCM facility, and you don't have to
which is amazing, yeah.
You don't have to run like 1,000 yards just to get from one place to another this time, and you don't need fast travel either.
Take an elevator, yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's like getting around the place is easy, and and you can still remember where you are. Unlike in Security Breach,
the map layout was so easy.
Yeah, unlike in Security Breach, where it's this gigantic map, but that you can't it's just there's almost nothing to do in it. In MCM, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of collectibles and a lot of enemies as well. A lot of secrets, and overall, it's just a lot better and more fun to explore.
Yeah, because then when you got your little data driver upgraded to the final level, you can actually go back to the map and open up things that you couldn't open at the beginning.
It's called a data diver, not a driver.
Oh, I thought I said diver. Oops.
Yeah, another YouTube said that wrong. Anyways, what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, I recommend if you finish the game, or at least if you reach 4 a.m. You see, the game still has the same system as Security Breach, where it's 12 a.m., then 1 a.m., then 2, then 3, and then 4. Once you reach 4 a.m., don't give, unless you're going for the bad ending, which is the first ending you get, and unless you're getting...
That's the one I got, yeah.
And unless you're going for the parachute.exe button, don't give away the data diver and don't respond to the dispatch, and actually just go out and explore. There's a lot. It's basically just you can explore the entire facility now. You have executive access. You've got everything you need, and yeah, you can basically explore the entire facility now.
Yeah, it was so nice because when you open up that save after you get the ending, it just puts you right back before you give away the thing, and
exactly.
So you can just leave.
You can just
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you can just get the ending and then reload the save to get all the rest of the stuff. That's exactly what I did with parachute.exe. Actually didn't know it was the key to the ending. I thought it was just a random little bonus thing, but no, it's the entire ending.
Yeah, no, yep.
All right, now I think we've talked about gameplay kind of briefly with the data diver and stuff. I think it's a lot more well executed than Security Breach. I think we're gonna have to compare this game to Security Breach a lot, because they are very similar in a lot of things. Security Breach, for example, had Glamrock Freddy, but in this game, there's actually spring locks. There's spring lock suits that you can wear.
Oh,
and they function
That was so cool.
I know, right? We had that captain, which no one cares about, and then we had I mean, the gun was cool. I guess the cannon was cool, but we had Fredbear, we had Spring Bonnie, we had Monty, and Bub.
I know, that was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see those. Also, the data diver is basically just a better Phaz wrench from Ruin. It's actually more interesting.
That was so bad.
That one wasn't bad. It was just like, it's like one thing that you had to use it for. Maybe like two. You know, the nodes and the puzzles, which were annoying. You know.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like those puzzles.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Did you have a hard time with the where you had to turn the things to get the electricity? I had such a hard time with that on the PlayStation.
Turn the thing to see the electric. Oh, yeah. That. Okay. First of all, that's not electricity. That's like molten steel.
Well, and, I was wondering why, because I'm like, why is it liquid?
Second of all, yeah. Honestly, it's kind of janky. It's like it's so loose.
Yeah, on the PlayStation, it was so janky.
Everything, like on everything else on PlayStation with like that feature works very smoothly, but that one is very, very janky.
Yeah, I hope they kind of optimize that in the future.
Yeah, but it was just like a minor hiccup. It only cost me a few game overs during the big top sequence.
Oh, I was stuck on that for an hour.
Oh my god, yeah. The sequences are also really good.
So hard.
The big top one is honestly one of the best parts of the game. Honestly, arguably the best part of the game, but we haven't seen the ending yet. We're gonna get to that. Yeah, the big top
one thing I was gonna say. About that versus Security Breach is the number of bugs at launch.
Yeah, there's barely any bugs. There's only like a few stutters and like a few assets not loading properly. Honestly, yeah, that's the only problem I really have with Secret of the Mimic as a whole. Another nitpick though, I think the jump scares, like you know, the ones that actually cause a game over, I think they're a little hit or miss. They're a bit hit or miss, honestly. I think they're like just like, you know, they're just like the average horror jump scare, you know, character screams in your face.
Yeah.
Very fast and high-pitched voice.
If they had made like blood and stuff happen with the jump scares and that would have been crazy.
Well, here's the thing. Also, Secret of the Mimic has like corpses. Like that game had the balls to show off a body inside of a suit hanging over the stage. I'm not joking.
I know it's. Yeah, it's the. I heard it's the first official Five Nights at Freddy's game that actually has a dead body in it.
Well, Into the Pit
like
also had that, but only like briefly, in like one of the quick time events. But yeah, that's a pixel art game. So, but now we're seeing it like in real time. So that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
So yeah, Steel Wool pulled on their big boy pants for this one. Like, goodness.
Yeah, and like they're finally past the days of literally censoring the mentions of blood and removing Vanny's knife.
Yes. I forgot about Vanny.
It's kind of crazy that ever since Vanny, like, Steelwool just, like, locked in, or, like, not Steelwool, like, FNAF in general just locked in with their villains. Like, Springtrap is finally back to his prime. Mexis and the Yellow Rabbit and the Mimic, all in their games, they are persistent threats that relentlessly pursue us, and they're actually threatening.
Yes.
And, like, and they got really good designs, which I really like. I actually, that's the perfect horror game villain. Like, the perfect horror game enemy, I mean. Like, an enemy that just, like, is always there, but you don't know, like, when he's going to appear or where he is.
Yeah, because, the Mimic changed suits in the middle of the game when I was playing, like, in the middle of an area. So I was looking towards the suit that he was in the other time, and I ran right into the one he was currently in, and it killed me.
Yeah, also, like,
it knocked me onto the floor.
Speaking of the suits, I actually really like those designs. They're really cool. My personal favorite one is probably, like, Sharpay. No, not Sharpay. The Jester one. that thing is creepy.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is terrifying, dude.
And then the bee one, that bee one is disturbing.
And the elephant is so uncanny. And that birthday dog.
I know.
And the poodle. Like, all of those costumes are really well designed. And, like... And the mushroom man, never forget about the mycelium man. That thing
I was not expecting him to fully sprint at you.
Yeah, I like how goofy their walking animation is, but when he's sprinting at you, legit terrifying.
It's so scary.
I know.
Because I thought, because in Ruin he was slow, but it makes sense because he's really, really old in Ruin. But he's like almost fresh in Secret of the Mimic, so he's fast.
Yeah. Yeah, like in Ruin, he's like, hang on, the timeline is 1979, and then Security Breach Ruin takes place in like sometime around 2035 at max.
Yeah.
So hang on, I'm gonna do the math real quick. I'm gonna pull out the calculator and see what that is.
All right.
2035 minus 1979. The Mimic has been around for 56 years.
Yeah, just sitting in some basement. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's not really... I don't know if it's like the basement he was like sitting in. Maybe it's like the...
Yeah.
He escaped and then he went somewhere and then he got captured. And then they made more models of him and then something went wrong. And then he like appears in Ruin and Security Breach and all. Or Glitch Trap happens, and Tiger Rock happens, and you know, all that stuff from the books and the games, you know.
And the Mimic's also like super strong, because in one of the endings,
this thing survived molten metal. Like, this thing can be dropped in molten steel and can still come out scratch-free.
I don't know what Edwin was doing, making him like invincible.
Did Edwin invent him out of fucking adamantium or something? Like,
and this is like 1970s.
This is the 1979. Edwin, how the hell are you doing that? Speaking of horror, this game is actually scary. Wow. Like, what an actual surprise. Finally, man, after 3 games that weren't entirely scary, or like not counting Into the Pit, that game is actually also pretty scary. Like Security Breach wasn't all that scary. It had some, like, a few tense sequences. It had a few tense sequences, but here's the thing: Security Breach it's tense, but it's not scary. Ruin, it's a little better. Like, it's scary on a first playthrough, but all of the jump scares are scripted. And all the scary moments you've already seen before. Yeah, they're very predictable. Yeah, Ruin is very linear, so it's just like not that replayable. So you're not even gonna like replaying it anyway. So when you see those jump scares again, you're just like, oh well, I already seen this shit before.
But in Secret of the Mimic, he changes the suits, and you have no idea where he's gonna be. So
and the chase sequences are awesome. The Jackie sequence, the Big Top sequence, even Dolly's chase sequence, fucking the final chase sequence and the true ending. Not to mention the soundtrack of each one is so cool.
I know.
This whole game's soundtrack is amazing.
They put a lot of into this.
Leon Riskin is an amazing artist, man. I think he's the one who made the music for the game, I think. Yeah, the game is scary.
But yeah,
and there's one section in particular.
Poor Jackie.
Yeah, poor Jackie. She lost her nose and she became the puppet. Poor Jackie, man. I love her, dude. I don't know why she didn't get so much screen time. Because, like, she was everywhere in the marketing. She was in the teaser trailer. She was at the PAX West demo. She was on the cover of the game. Yeah. She got so much merch, even before the game released.
Got 5 minutes of playtime.
But at least those 5 minutes of screen time were actually good, unlike Circus Baby or Vanny. At least Jackie had an amazing chase sequence. At least she did something. But the other two didn't. We're not gonna get into that now, though.
Seeing the hands, because she has the really long arms, like in front of you while she's chasing you.
You can see her arms right next to you. She's literally destroying everything trying to get us. And she's all like, "Time to play!" And then she's like, "I want a nice big slice of cake." And then she's like, "Come get your birthday hug."
And then she just dies.
Poor Jackie, man. I want to see more of her.
Yeah.
But honestly,
what she did to the mailbot was insane.
She was like, "Tag, you're it." Oh, like, poor guy, dude. What the hell?
I know. He was just doing his job.
Oh, don't even get me started on the big top chase sequence. The sequence that, like, the actual sequence he was in later with, like, you know, like you playing the carnival games and then sneaking away from him and then turning on the power again.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was pretty cool. But the chase sequence?
And annoying.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying, honestly. But the chase sequence, like, holy shit. He literally is on the roofs, jumping around. He's literally falling through the roof, trying to get us, destroying all the stairs, literally, like, destroying the rooms, trying to catch us. And the only line he says in the entire boss fights, in this entire game, is, "Tickets, please."
Yes.
I don't care. He's a good character. I like him. He's so cool.
He is.
I prefer
it was
him.
So cool how they like degraded the Music Man into like 70s technology. That was cool.
If you think about it, Secret of the Mimic has like the origins to like every character we know. In lore, like in lore, and like in the reason for this narratively is because Fazbear Entertainment basically stole everything that Edwin made. Like, for fuck's sake, William Afton stole Edwin's house after he died. William Afton is evil, dude. He stole everything. Edwin is such a tragic character, too. He lost his wife, his kid, the Mimic, he lost his company, he lost his home, and then, after all of that, they took everything away from him, and the Mimic, I'm just gonna call him M2, because he's called in the game, like the actual endoskeleton body. M2 literally, like, doesn't he just, like, copy what Edwin did to him? Because, like, Edwin, like, broke his legs.
Yes.
And then Mimic has like implied, M2 is implied to like also did the same, because Edwin says in a recording, "Help! I can't feel my legs. M2, please let me out of here." That is dark, even for a FNAF game.
There's a few of those audio clips that tell that basically the Mimic did to him what he did to it.
Yeah, Edwin in one of the recordings says, "Stop, you're not him. You're not. Stop sounding like him." So, yeah, that's interesting. So we've talked about the gameplay, we talked about some of the chase sequences, we've talked about the horror. I guess now we just have to, like, explain the story. So, here's the thing. So, a lot of people think that, the books are, like, debunked now. Like, the debate is basically over. What I think this is, I've heard a lot of people say that this isn't actually the case. You see, the books are only partially canon. Some stories are canon until they get rewritten. It's basically a theory called Tales or Frights reboot. You know, Frights is like Fazbear Frights, because the same thing happens with the Intrepid game. Like, stuff gets rewritten. And in Secret of the Mimic, it's Tales reboot. There's a lot of differences between the original story from Tales and this game. For example, Mimic wasn't made to entertain David, like, partially. That wasn't his full purpose. M1, which is like the original Mimic program, keyword program, gotta take care of that. M1 was supposed to mimic Fiona after Fiona died at the Fall Fest fire. But then, David died.
I did that.
So, basically, Edwin made a supercomputer. He named it Fiona with, like numbers. And,
Yeah.
That was cool, honestly. And then he put M1's code inside of that, so as if it's basically just Fiona. Like, that machine genuinely thinks it's Fiona. It genuinely thinks it's Fiona. So then, like, so yeah, basically that's what happened. M1 has become Fiona, and, M2 was made. The program, M2, was put inside the original Endo body. The Mimic Endo thing. And then, what else? This is so much to keep track of. He was supposed to mimic David. He was supposed to mimic David. But Edwin just, like, he tried to do it, but then he just got sick of it. So he basically, one time he just, like, got so angry he destroyed both of Mimic's legs. And, you know, stuff went on. Oh yeah, and I think David, like, didn't actually die from a car accident, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he died in, like, in an accident inside of the loading bay. I'm pretty sure it's, like, one of those carnival rides in one of them, in the game. Pretty sure he was, like, it was not safe, so David died there. Which explains why that tiger in the game is, like, a phantom of some sorts. Like, he's warping everywhere.
Oh yeah, the tiger. I forgot about the tiger.
That was the scariest part of the game, by the way. Legit.
I hated that part. That was so tough.
I know, it was so scary, and, like, everything's dark and eerie, and the tiger is terrifying.
Do you know what those little star things were that you had to pick up?
Those are the Star Orphan Night Lights. I think that's what they're called.
Okay.
They're just baby stars.
I was so confused. I was like, why are we just picking up these random stars and, like, carrying them?
Yeah, and why are they looking at me like that?
Yeah.
Alright, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So for some reason, an explosion happens in Edwin's house, which lets the Mimic be free. So Mimic did what Edwin did to him. M2 then goes back into MCM, and anyone who enters MCM is doomed to die. And then Super the Mimic happens. Fazbear Entertainment sends a lot of Fazbear teams to extract the Mimic blueprints and maybe even get the Mimic itself. But obviously, they fail, because the Mimic is extremely strong. Arnold, literally, Arnold was mercied, man. He's gone through some shit. He worked a 36-hour shift and he's sleep deprived.
For a $25 gift card.
Literally in New Game Plus, or like after 4 AM, if you just, like, aside from the ending, if you just, like, don't, like, get any of the endings and just explore, he's literally crying and coughing. He's crying.
Yeah.
He's been through some shit, man.
I know. He almost dies like 5 times in this game. And then he does. So it's very sad. Poor guy.
He doesn't die. He's just, like, he's just mercied at the end when his van crashes. Oh yeah, speaking of the endings, we need to talk about the endings. I guess now that we're done with...
We do.
But before that, I think we need to talk about the visuals. Because, wow. Wow, the game looks really good. Like, wow.
Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, Stu will finally knew how to make good-looking games. Just kidding. I think ever since Security Breach, all their games have been good. Like, good-looking. Help Wanted 1 doesn't look that great, to be honest, but Security
Well,
Breach,
that's
Ruin,
actually-
Help Wanted 2, and Secret of Mimic, they all look great. Like, visually stunning.
Mhm.
But I'd say, it, like...
Made my PlayStation start spinning.
My PlayStation is hot right now.
I know, mine was...
I'm gonna have
The fan was going crazy when I was playing through it.
I'm gonna have to put it in rest mode now with my Mimic Q2s.
Yep.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the ending. So the ending, the bad ending, where you give away the data diver, and then you leave.
Mhm.
But turns out the dispatch never told you to do that, and after the Jackie Chase sequence, M1, take care, M1 is like the Fiona mimic. M1 was actually just trying to, like, take the data diver so that she can fix M2, and she had no idea that M2 was literally, like, behind us in the van the whole time. Poor Arnold, man. He's
Yeah, that was...
he got tricked, and then he got fired. He's gonna get into a lawsuit, and then he died.
Yep.
He died a painful death with the mimic.
I know.
Arnold is the best FNAF protagonist we have so far.
I will say, I was expecting, in a way, that it would be ending with, like, it mimicking the dispatch, but also I wasn't expecting it. It was weird.
I actually never expected it. I thought we were just done. I thought that we gave Fazbear Entertainment the blueprints anyway, and then Mimic just appeared out of nowhere and killed us. But I had no idea that, like, that M1 was literally tricking us the entire time. Like, she's a monster. Just kidding. Fiona's actually, Fiona's sweet. She's just like, kind of evil. But there's an important thing in the second ending, which we'll get to now. So the second ending is when you put parachute.exe. You go through a bunch of vents, then you go to the goodbye. You go turn on the goodbye show in the like the one in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And once you do that, there's actually like a giant elevator-like area, similar to the one from Security Breach in the atrium. And I kind of noticed that.
Yeah.
And then Big Top is alive, and he literally just tries to kill us again. Like, what is wrong with you, Big Top? What did we do? Didn't you die?
No.
How are you alive? Is Mimic controlling you? How?
Yeah, he's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know
think
why
Mimic
he's so
is
aggressive.
controlling him somehow, but I don't think it's like maybe he's inside of his head and like making programs, because there's no way Mimic would fit into all of that.
Yeah, there's no way.
Like, he's not controlling all of that, man. He's not. Anyways, so yeah, after we take that elevator, we find something interesting. R&D, research and development. This is the Fazbear project. This is like a prototype of the FNAF 1 location, with prototypes of the original 4, along with Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, and you know, Bub and Monty, you know, those characters. Those characters are also done there. Keep in mind, this is not the FNAF 1 location, and Edwin didn't create the FNAF 1 characters. He was only commissioned by Fazbear Entertainment to do that. He was only commissioned to build all this. And Fazbear Entertainment they bailed on Edwin after he completed everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking psychos. Henry and William, what is wrong with both of you? You ruined his life. You took his company, and William, you took his home? Yeah, like...
But yeah, seeing that was pretty crazy that that's just all under there.
Yeah, it's like, it's all in basement 1, or one of the basements. And also, after we get out of there, we take like a ride. And that ride takes us to Edwin's house. You see, at the beginning of the game, and even in the title screen, you can see a house on the top of the hill. Yeah, that's Edwin's house. And, yeah, it also, has a bunch of stuff. And, yeah, we go there, we do a bunch of puzzles, we learn about M1 and M2, and Fiona and all that stuff. And, yeah, Dispatch, like, after, Dispatch is actually M1. Not the actual Dispatch that we see in the beginning of the game, but, like, after the Jackie chase sequence. And then, I'm pretty sure, and then we, like, we go and install Cradle.exe. And an interesting thing is there's a bunch of words. There's mechanical X-form experimental storage MXES Nexus from Ruin.
Wait, what?
My wife is in Secret of the I mean, what? My wife is finally in a FNAF game. Other than Ruin.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is Nexus. Before, you know, the digital rabbit stuff. That's like the actual, like, origins of Nexus. It's a program called Cradle.exe.
Security system.
Yeah, it's a Cradle.exe. Once we activate it, the entire place just goes to shit. Everything sets on fire and it's all destroyed. As we see the Mimic right behind us, and we run from him. Long chase sequence. He's got aura farm. He's aura farming.
Yes.
And yeah.
And he's terrifying.
He's terrifying.
In Secret of the Mimic.
I love his design so much more than the Ruin one. Like, I love the Ruin design.
Yes.
But the Secret of the Mimic one just looks so terrifying and cool.
With his, like, weird teeth. It's so odd.
His teeth and his spiral eyes and all. We get a mix between like the Secret of the Mimic design and the Ruin design. That would be the definitive Mimic design.
Yes. Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, and then Arnold escapes and goes into his truck. Mimic literally lands on the truck and crashes the van. And what else? And then he doesn't actually kill Arnold. He takes the data diver.
Yeah, he's kind of like,
which is, you see, we actually installed Cradle.exe into the data diver, and by doing so, that's why the place self-destructed. I think that's why, but I'm not exactly sure. This game is honestly kind of confusing. It's straightforward, but all the information we're getting is so overwhelming that it's honestly kind of hard to acknowledge everything at once. Because there's so much going on, and like, it's all like very shocking. I called it, man. I called it that Nexus would appear in Secret Mimic somehow. I told y'all, man. Yeah. Well, that ending is done. I'm not sure about the third ending, though, because I haven't gotten it yet, but apparently it's the good ending. We actually fix M2, and he does his purpose. Yeah. He's David. He just becomes David.
We make him tiny.
Yeah, he's so cute.
It's so funny how he can, like, shrink and then get bigger.
Yeah, he can turn from a terrifying eldritch horror robot to a tiny little, like, robot child. He's so cute. He's holding the tiger plush, and it's so cute.
Yeah.
And then it's a happy ending. I guess after that ending, Arnold basically just gets out. Like, Mimic is gone.
Yeah.
Mimic is not like unfriendly anymore. He's not violent anymore. He can just go home. without dispatch telling him anything. And sure, his life is still ruined because, you know, he's gonna get fired because he didn't get the blueprints or anything. But, you know, he gave Mimic his good ending. So then he leaves. But here's the sad part.
So
the ending isn't canon.
Yep.
Oh, that's the tragic part because we know M2 is still in ruin. He's still 56 years old and he's still violent and aggressive and manipulative.
Yep.
Which means M2 never got a happy ending. He never got the chance to be who he truly is. Now he's just a machine that has an identity crisis and doesn't know what it's trying to be. He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't know what he is. And that is very sad and kind of dark. I like how they made the Mimic. He's like, Mimic is a robot, but he's more human than William Afton has ever been as a villain.
Yep.
Like, William is straight up a sadistic and neglectful father. He didn't care about his kids and he's also an abuser. He ruined people's lives and he killed children. Like, he's a murderer without morals. But Mimic is just having an identity crisis.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but is Arnold the first time we've ever played as like a Fazbear worker that
Okay, technically not really, because we play as Vanessa in FNAF VR and she's working as an employee.
Oh, yep.
And technically in the first 3 FNAF games we're playing as Fazbear employees because, you know, Fazbear Night Guard, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew about the first 3, but I mean, like, as one that actually has, like, a voice. He seemed like the first one that was actually, like, a developed character.
As far as FNAF protagonists go, I think Arnold has become one of my favorites. He's just relatable.
I know, so... Well, yeah, the 36-hour shift goes crazy, man. That is insanity.
Yeah, that is evil. What, Fazbear Entertainment, what are you doing?
They are the worst company to work for, like, goodness gracious.
Like, god damn, I would not want to work for a company like them. How are they not, like, completely defunct right now? How are they not, like, at this point, like, in the future they're still going and they've been trying to rebuild the Pizzaplex? Like, bro, how are you still going?
They've gotten, like, bankrupt, like, 5 times and somehow come back.
They come back because they keep hiding all the past events. I've heard, like, that, like, his cut, like, story, like, Arnold's, like, backstory that was cut from the final game. Apparently, both of his parents were dead, his wife left him, and he can't see his kid anymore. God!
Man, they did not give him any breaks.
God damn, give Arnold a break. By the time 4 a.m., like, the game reaches 4 a.m., he's crying. He's literally, like, crying, sniffing.
And every time he's around the Mimic, he, like, whimpers and stuff. Yeah, which is pretty interesting.
He's scared. He's scared and tired and sleep deprived. I don't think he's gonna be able to sleep after what he's seen, honestly. Like, goddamn.
Nope.
I honestly know why Gregory dropped Cassie down the elevator, if he did, by the way. The reason why I don't really think Gregory, like, in Ruin, like, dropped the elevator is because Gregory doesn't have an automatically drop the elevator button, and he's waiting somewhere outside the Pizzaplex while the Mimic is literally right next to exposed elevator wiring.
Yes. See, that's why I never thought it was Gregory either, because that just makes no sense.
It's definitely the Mimic copying Gregory again. He's capable of that. He's very capable of doing that. He's done it a lot in Secret of the Mimic. He can do it, alright? Even if he's like an old fuck by now.
Yeah. So I guess one final thing to ask is, where do you think the FNAF franchise will go in the future because of Secret of the Mimic?
Honestly, the game is already doing well. If it does even more, if it does well even more, I think FNAF is gonna be respected again. The game is amazing, and like, don't listen to those fuck-ass TikTok kids saying it looks like Poppy Playtime, because no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Poppy Playtime doesn't have corpses in its game.
I mean, no, it does, actually. Chapter 4 has a lot of them. And I think Chapter 3 has a lot of blood. No, that's not the reason. Poppy Playtime didn't fucking invent horror. I don't know why every time a mascot horror game comes out, like, they always say this. Yeah, Secret of the Mimic looks nothing like Poppy Playtime. Secret of the Mimic is honestly better than every, like, Poppy Playtime game. Y'all got nothing on us. I'm sorry. Like, I love Poppy Playtime. I genuinely think it's a good franchise, and it has good games. But they are nothing compared to Secret of the Mimic. Not even Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is amazing, but honestly, I prefer Secret of the Mimic. It's just my opinion, though. Like, obviously, anyone can disagree.
Yeah.
But just disagree without comparing these two games, because they are literally nothing alike. Gameplay and story and even visuals. Stop saying that Dolly looks like Miss Delight. They are completely different things. Dolly is a normal enemy, and Miss Delight is a weeping angel enemy. Not to mention Dolly's a nurse, and Miss Delight is a teacher. What the fuck are these comparisons coming from? I can't do this anymore, Hutteres. I'm trying to enjoy Peak.
So, do you think they're going to continue with the Mimic? Or do you think they might go back to William Afton again?
They're not going back to William Afton again now. They still, like, they have an entire Mimic saga at this point. They can't just stop here. Because while Secret of the Mimic does solve a lot of things, we still need to know what happened to the Mimic after the true ending. Because it just runs off with the Nexus program inside the data diver and just escapes somewhere. I've heard that maybe it's going to Fredbear's Family Diner, and that's where he gets captured, and William Afton then, like, changes Nexus into, like, the rabbit form, and that's why the machine is so old. And maybe, like, Fredbear's is finally, like, and then we, like, see Fredbear's, we see the original version of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, you know, that stuff.
Yeah.
I would love that, actually. But I don't want that now.
Great.
I think we need a DLC for Secret of the Mimic explaining what happened to Fiona at Fall Fest. Because we've been getting teases for Fall Fest ever since Help Wanted 1. I think we need to finally know what happened there. It's hinted that there's, like, a fire at Fall Fest that killed Fiona. She's also got a lot of symbolism. Like, she's symbolized as the sun. Because, you know. You know. Also, Edwin is also symbolized as the moon. And the owl in the moon.exe minigame, which I'm not going to get into yet because I haven't seen it in full. The owl is apparently supposed to resemble David. And Mimic is trying to escape from the moon, which is Edwin, because Edwin has trapped the Mimic inside of the house after it destroyed its legs. Poor Mimic, man.
Wouldn't be Five Nights at Freddy's without symbolism. Would not.
Yeah, and it's clever at least, because the story of this game is good, at least. It's, like, really well written and straightforward. Yes. So, yeah, I think we could get a DLC. Maybe a DLC to say, like, to see what happened to the Mimic after the ending. Maybe, like, a DLC, like, maybe a multiplayer game mode. So, like...
That would be hilarious.
I know, like, a multiplayer game mode to tell us, like, what, like 4 people trying to, like, see where the Mimic is, or, like, trying to capture him. maybe like 4 people going to go back to MCM. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. MCM is gone, or like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We could see like people trying to extract the mimic and trying to find its whereabouts. Something like that. We can.
That would be hilarious.
That would be awesome. Honestly, a multiplayer FNAF game with the mimic would be awesome. We already have Dead by Daylight. It would be even cooler.
Yes. Oh yes.
Well,
Springtrap and Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, Glitch Trap is in Dead by Daylight.
I know. I need to get that game. So
I'm gonna get it eventually, like at least this month or something. So yeah, I think the future is looking extremely bright for the franchise. I think ever since Ruin.
Oh yeah.
Ever since Ruin, it's just been going uphill. We've been getting better release after better release after better release. Help Wanted 2, Into the Pit, now Secret of the Mimic. They're all amazing games. I think they're all better than each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
The Dead by Daylight collab just came out. The movie is coming out this year. The second movie. I'm
so
very excited for that. We're getting a lot of stuff this year, I'm pretty sure. And we're also we might get the Joy Creation remake, but that's kind of unlikely because Nixon is taking his time, which is fair. Take your time and make peak, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. FNAF, like, obviously, what I'm saying about like Secret of the Mimic so far, all the positives, all of our opinions, it might change because the game just came out, and this is a recency bias because, you know, we're all just excited for the game. We were all just excited about the game. We all like the game, and, you know, we're just like, we can't stop talking about it in a positive light. But eventually, we will start to see the cracks, because nothing is perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect. Nope. Like the original FNAF games. We all thought that these were like the pinnacle of horror, but in actuality, they all had their own problems. Even the Steel Wool games.
Yeah.
Help Wanted 1 had some janky stuff. Security Breach is a whole other can of worms. You already know that.
Yep.
Even Ruin has some problems. Help Wanted 2 also had some missed opportunities, and Into the Pit is amazing, but yeah, I think there's a few things it could have done better. That might apply to Secret of the Mimic eventually. We're gonna have to wait and see because, you know, the game just came out and we've only just seen the game. So, yeah, I'm not gonna jump to conclusions yet. Continue.
I just recalled that didn't it say that Secret of the Mimic was gonna have a VR version?
Yes, it's going to release later, but it's going to be terrifying, dude. Galactus is gonna love it.
I might have to get a VR headset for that because that would be insane.
If the game itself is scary, then imagine the VR version, man.
Yep.
Running from the Mimic, Jackie, Big Top, Dolly, like, God. The Tiger, the Moon, the secret Moon boss that I haven't seen yet. I like that they brought back the supernatural element. Okay, Hutterus, I think we've been here a bit long enough. That was a huge discussion. Yeah.
So
we should probably end this off. I'll have to end this off. But that was great. I think so far Secret of the Mimic is the best FNAF game. It's awesome, and thank you, Steel Wool, for making such an amazing game. Obviously, if there are criticisms, we will tell you. We will express them. We will discuss them because, you know, we have to, because criticism is important. And criticism is the reason why this game is so good. So, thank you, and you want to say goodbye, Hutterus?
HuttaresStudio out!
Alright, goodbye!